Hey, FanboyNation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
You're watching Fanboy.
Fanboy, etc.
FanboyNation.
God, I assume Tom.
This woman is trying to keep her undefeated record, which we feel that she might successfully do so on Thursday, June 19th, against her replacement opponent, Japanese sensation Megumi Sugimoto in Combate Global's Combate Female. Melissa Mamba Amaya, how are you today?
I'm doing so good. So excited to be back and just be able to talk to everybody. Feels like a whole family reunion.
Right. See, we have to put that disclaimer. We're hoping, we're doing this, we're doing that, because, you know, we got to protect ourselves before, you know, the critics come and say, see, you said something and something bad happened. So we don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. We want to jinx it.
Yeah. She's your replacement. Sugimoto is your replacement opponent. Your previous opponent was injured, I believe, in training. You know, and coming back so close to the fight, it was Bruna Ellen who was injured in training. Getting so close to the date, you've already prepared for someone else. How do you make that mind shift and go, well, she's not in it, but I've had my 8 to 12 week camp. Let's go for it.
I think because I've been training for a year. I haven't fought since last June 8th. I've been training so hard, and I have leveled so much in general as a fighter that even though certain things were geared towards Bruna, the skills that I attained, I think they're going to transition perfectly for my new opponent. You know, the fundamentals are what you always have to go back to, so you just got to implement those.
Right. And I know that's a very boxing question because you train for styles in boxing, whereas in wrestling, you know, you have a 8 tournament match, and you're like, who cares? I just got to fight my fight. And so that's interesting to see the crossover between what the boxing mentality is of, well, I train for this person, but the new person has a different style, versus the wrestling mentality of like, who cares? We're there.
Yeah. I mean, the way I view it is like in MMA, it's like you keep evolving. You just got to be ready for whatever challenges in front of you too. Like, it can't just be like nitpicky type of things like, oh, I'm not ready. Oh no, this little detail changed. Like, this fight game is so fickle. For me to get my first fight, I think I had 5 or 6 girls pull out. So it took forever for me to even fight the first fight. So it's what I'm used to, and I'm glad it did happen that way, because at the end of the day, it's about how are you progressing. It's not about how are you going to do against this person. It's about where are you in your own standards.
Right. And to be kind of fair, strawweight is a very hard weight class to get down to.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've seen people try to get down to featherweight or, you know, and just struggle with it. So strawweight's got to be even tougher.
I think it just depends, like, height-wise and everything, where you walk around at. I think strawweight's the perfect weight for me.
Yeah, Boss Rutan always said fight within 20 pounds of your walking around weight.
Yes,
so.
Yes. So you want to cut those 10 and then the 10 of the fight or whatever, 15, whatever it has to be, you know, you get down.
Right, you're not trying to drop 50 pounds in a week and a half.
No, unless if you're trying to perform like crap, you know?
Right. Or it's a bodybuilding competition.
Yeah, you can drop weight in a terrible way, but it's about how are you going to perform. Like, you work so hard, and for it to go to poop, you know, because of nutrition, that's just not cool for you or for anybody else.
Right. Well, we're excited to see you come back after a year's hiatus. Health-wise, injuries have had to obviously been taken care of. The bumps and bruises, the nagging aches and pains. So coming into this more healthy than expected, is that also a bit refreshing where you're just sitting there and, you know, oh, I got to ice my knee longer. Oh, my shoulder doesn't hurt as much. I was able to get that massage, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I've implemented hyperbaric chamber. You know, you get hit in practice. It's good for brain health. Right. Massages, nuts and stuff. Like, it's nice. You're always going to go into a fight with a little something. You know, the way you train for a fight is by fighting other people. So it's impossible for you not to have some kind of bump or bruise. You know. Right. But relatively, like, very healthy and ready to kick some ass.
Well, we're excited for you to do so, especially that it's going to be in Miami on June 19th. Are you primarily located on the west or on the East Coast?
Pacific.
Okay, so you're out here in California or on the West Coast.
I'm in Washington, yeah.
Okay, I'm in California, so this is perfect for us right now because we're both fully alert and awake. The time difference also going east, losing 3 hours is always interesting. How are you heading out tomorrow or closer to Thursday?
I thought you were asking where I was from. No, I'm in Miami already.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
I flew out yesterday. I got here around 5. But you sleep on the plane, you make up the time, you just kind of nap when you can, and your body will adjust.
Right. Yeah, because that's what we're worried about. Because some people show up like the day before the fight, and I was like, you took a 5-hour flight with a 3-hour time difference. That's going to wreak havoc on just the weight cut.
Yeah. But then again, you can do anything for 24 hours or 15 minutes.
This is true. Just wrap yourself in hot towels and sit in the bathtub for a while just to sweat it out.
Yeah. Head down, emotions out the window. Those don't play a role in this. Those don't get anything done.
As everything progresses, this is an all-female card from Combate Global. It's going to be streaming on YouTube, 5-card fight in English and Spanish. How exciting is it that it's an all-female card? Because we don't get that too often unless, say, it's Invicta, which is an all-female promotion. But we're starting to see, female fighters get far more recognition than they did even in the last 10 years.
Oh, it's super exciting. I mean, last time I fought, June 8th, it was also an all-female girl card. So that was the first time I got to experience that. And it was very, very awesome being surrounded by so many other strong women. It's hard to kind of relate to the men. So having female energy and seeing other girls go through the same thing, it's empowering, to say the least.
Right. There are certain things that we don't go through that you go through. And God forbid it hits. And there's a certain amount of retention going on when it comes to water. Because of that every 3-week incident, we don't want to get cut from streaming because we use certain words.
Yeah.
The only other female
it is what it is. Females menstruate and we have cycles, and everything changes throughout the cycle. Like, you feel different emotions, your body, your hormones. Like, you're talking about difficulty in weight cutting. Like, hopefully you can time it to where you're not retaining, but the reality is, you get a fight when you get a fight, and you just gotta white knuckle it sometimes.
Power through, and that's what you're doing, especially after a year off. We're coming to the home stretch. Weight cut's looking good. You sound healthy. You sound lucid. You're hyper-focused, which we're excited about. There's no brain fog at this point. Thursday's coming. Give us that tagline. What are we expecting on Thursday night in your fight?
Fireworks. You're going to see fireworks. It's going to be a new gear that I've tapped into, and I hope to show that in the cage.
Melissa Mamba Amaya, we are thrilled to watch you fight again after a year hiatus. Where can we find you on social media if we want to connect with you?
I got one social media account for the public, and it's on Instagram. It's melissa.amaya27.
We dig it. Melissa Mamba Amaya fighting Megumi Sugimoto on Thursday, June 19th, out of Miami in the strawweight division. Combate Global, congratulations on all the success and your recovery, your health. We got to do this post-fight. Final question, we got to throw this out there. Because everyone cuts weight for a fight, what is the victory meal?
The victory meal is always sushi. It never makes me feel bad. It is so good for your body, and it just replenishes your carbs and your salt with all that, everything. It's just so perfect. I
dig it. Well, can't wait till you get back on the West Coast. Good luck on Thursday. We're going to be watching the fight.
Awesome. Talk to you after.